Hello, Crickerlope. Hey, already here. All right, let's work on summoning magic again. We'll hop into this world. So what my main goal here is, I'm still gonna mull over how summoning magic's gonna work. It seems solid to keep it as grimoires, just like the other kinds of spells. I'm liking the idea more. There's still part of me that's like, well, it would be cool to have like a pip system, but I don't think it's gonna be as good as I originally thought. Because like, I'm imposing restrictions on you. You know, I mean, if you have the mana and you want to burn it making, you know, a bunch of weapons and armor and stuff, why would I stop you from doing that? Like, either way, you burn mana in some way. And that's probably the resource that I should focus on. So I'm still mulling that part over, but for now, what I'm going to continue working on is the summoned objects, creating the list of summoned objects and having it to where I have one type of item and I have one type of summoned object entity with one type of shader, and then that combo is going to be dynamic. So if I summon the ultimate weapon fire, you know, it's going to be the Inferno, you will see the Inferno come down, you will see specific shaders based on that particular item. So, and it's going to dynamically change depending on the item that it's tagged for. What a banger for this magic mod, right? This is going to be good. It's going to be good. So, let's pull up a couple things here. I need to pull up the model creator. We're going to have to create a handful of models. So, there we go. And honestly, all this stuff really, it's not going to take me too long. Like, the biggest thing is like, how is this stuff going to work? I think making grimoires, like, I can make, you know, 17, I don't know, maybe 30 more grimoires. That's not a big deal. You know, to be able to summon like all this stuff. Not going to be a big deal. You know, they get thrown into the pool, it's all good. I think with this update though, I will be adding an additional tag onto grimoires. It's not going to be... See, now this is the problem, right? Like, I think right now I'm technically using a variable called school to tell you that it's like neutral, light, or dark. Really, that should have been labeled essence type, and the school of magic, which I now want to add, is going to be like invocation, conjuration, enchantment, and alteration are going to be the 4 magic types. So I got some thinking to do. Like, how much, I don't know how much effort it's going to take to like untangle that, but something tells me it's probably going to take me a night to just do that, because the idea is if I can tag all the grimoires with that additional information, I can then look into better ways to allow you to research things, right? Like maybe you have a certain object that you place around a spell forge, and by having it placed or linked, you will be able to get like invocation type spells from your spell research, right? So if you want attack spells, you could go that route. If you want to focus on like summoning, for instance, you'll be able to put like the summoning pedestal thing or whatever the summoning thing is to improve your drop rates for those grimoires. So it's a lot of work. Wolf, hey, how's it going? Hope you're doing well. Let's continue here. Let's do this. I think I'm gonna have to shut down the game because I'm gonna have like a handful of shapes to make. Oh, maybe not. Nope, I got everything I need here. Possibly. Wait a minute. Maybe not. What's in here? Okay. So yeah, I got everything made. So what we are gonna do is say open. So I want to go into entities, spells, summon items. We will start with arcane. Open. So all of these are the old model of the hammer weapon. It's been a while since the last stream of yours that I managed to catch. Love your early release version of the mod. I'm glad. I'm glad. Yeah, we're working on a new type of magic, summoning magic, conjuration. You will be able to summon items into the world, temporary items. So I believe, let's look at the keyframes. I think I was clever with this and I did this all the same. I think it's all just in main base. So this right here can go away. What I'm gonna have to do is a file import. We have to go into items, spells, summoned objects. What am I doing? Arcane? Yep. So we're gonna pull up the actual arcane weapon that I already made. And we are going to... I'm gonna have to have all of this in another sub file, I believe. So instead, you know what? Main position, that may actually work. So I could have main base and then main position. So this right here should work. And I think I just have to, boop, we'll do that. Oh, but, yeah, it starts it up there. So now I'm gonna have to look at main position. Let's go into cube. This should be 8, 0.5. Let's do a rotation on this. Like that. Hike it up a little bit. Because I want this to like stick out of the ground. I want you to summon it, and I want you to see it fall from the sky and implant itself in the ground. Okay, I was about to say it seems OP, but temporary is good. Yeah, it's gonna last so many in-game hours, like whatever you pick, and it's gonna cost mana, right? It's just another way to burn your mana resources. But that being said, summoning right now we're working on item summoning. Block summoning is going to be a little more weird because it's going to be kind of like torches, right? If you stay on top of it, you could pretty much make a summoned object permanent, which I'm not really okay with. But maybe I'll be able to do something where, like, you know, you place it down, but once you place it, if you try to break it, then it just disappears forever. You don't get, like, the item back. That would allow me to do little things like, I don't know, I can make like magic landmines and traps and stuff, you know, have them be like summoned objects. But ultimately, I have the idea to allow you to create minions, right? Ergo Plato, thank you for the follow. So that, I think that would be cool. Imagine a conjuration spell. You could plant a sapling, right? You place a sapling down, and then you use this spell on that sapling to make a temporary tree ant pet that follows you, right? Or you have a bunch of bones, right? You make an effigy or something out of it, and then you cast the summoned skeleton to have a summoned skeleton pet. Or you attack enough of my elementals, right? And you can make like one of the drone golems, or, you know, like any of those, right? I can also make it to where like you could maybe catch a wolf, right? And tame a wolf, right? As a temporary pet. There's a lot that this branch of magic can eventually become. Like summoning golems or something, yes. Temporary pets. All right, let's see how this is going to look. Good, it's oriented correctly. It starts high, it rotates, smashes into the ground. This is going to be cake. This is gonna be cake to do right now. Here, bam, it's done. It's donezo. File, save as. Let me just make sure that this is under entities. It is. Let's cancel. We'll do a save. Now let's test this spell out. I'm using Static Shock right now, so this is going to be Arcane that we are going to summon. We need to add a couple more things in here. I need to make sure the textures are all correct. So it's basically going to be all of this. I'm going to paste that in. So that should cover all the weapons. We're going to do a quick reload. Yeah. Vintage Pokemon, right? Without the cease and desist. I totally forgot to put this music on shuffle again. It'd be nice if, like, YouTube just remembered. They knew me a little more. Alright, so let's summon, this is going to be the Arcane Ultimate Weapon. Bam! The materials from the sky. Let's work on the shader color. This is a default shader that I made for Ultimate Weapons, but come on, this has to be purple, right? This has to be a nice purple swirl. Let's try and pick up the Eclipse. I could do it. Summoned item, 4 hours on it as my test. We got 4 hours left. Well, 3.9 now. Yep, I can swing. All right, sweet. Let's work on the shader. Let's work on the shader. Let's get some colors going. So in summon objects, so that's my shape tessellation right there. So this is what I'm going to want. Let's cut this out. We're going to make an if statement. Because I'm maybe not every thing should have some kind of renderer on it. Like special things, like higher quality things, I do want to put like that shader on it. But for now, what I'm going to say is this dot entity dot code dot. You know what? Let's do not just code. Let's do a first entity dot collectible. Damn it! I guess I'm gonna have to do just code. Oh no, there it is. First code part. That's what I was looking for. Position 1 dot equals. And I'm gonna want it to equal arcane. A-R-C-A-N-E. There we go. So if it's arcane, let's change the color. Yeah, see, I didn't have much else here. I'm gonna have to do a similar thing up here. So let's paste this in. Wow, there we go. You say I spelled if wrong. Oh boy. Oh boy. So red, green, blue. Let's pull up the Color Hex website. And I want a nice purple, but not really like a dark purple, probably more towards the pink side. Let's choose this. Get info. So let's try and put in 197, 0, 255. You know what? Let's make it a little darker. Okay, let me put in 184 because I want to try something here. 0 to 39, and we are going to add the modifier here to add a little random to it. We will just go 25 in each value. And I want to see what the shader is actually going to look like. Like, does it pulse? Can you notice it? Is it going to add like a more magical effect? So far, it ain't doing shit. It ain't doing anything. All right, what did I do wrong? First code part, if entity first code part equals arcane. Oh, it wouldn't be arcane though. It would be ultimate weapon arcane. That's right. Which means the shader wouldn't fire either. There we go. Oh, look at that! I don't like that. It's like a flickering neon light. Ooh. Oof. I very much dislike that. Ugh. Change damn light bulb. What if I do a subtle just one for each? Can't really see a difference there. You know what? I should probably not have a random here, and just do a random with the red and the green. Let's get close to it. I hate this color, but you know, I do kind of see it pulsing a little bit now. I don't like it though. I don't think I like the flicker. I don't like it. We're gonna get rid of it. Unless... Let me see what it's like for one color. I hate it. I hate it. I tried something new. You know, honestly though, I hate this color. You know, actually, that's not too bad. That's actually not too bad. It kind of matches the arcane, right? I'd say that's pretty good. And we're picking up some of the colored particles there. Let's reload that. I don't think I like the white particles. How do I want to do this? Maybe I should have a random for... I should pass two colors through. I should make colored profiles. Pass two colors through. One's going to be the color of the shader. The other one's going to be the color of the particles. And the first batch of particles will match the shader. And then the other one, I could put in the random as well. That way you get a varied amount with very minimal work. Let's try it. Whoops, did not mean to do that. There we go. 2, 2, 2. Let's reintroduce the randoms here. Just like that. You know what? Let's pump everything by... Not 20. Let's do 10. Let's do 10. See what that looks like. Which means this can be commented out for now. Copy, paste. So this would be 2, 2, and 2. Velocity and everything else will be fine. Let's see what kind of particles we make now. Yeah. Let's blow these particles away. I can't really notice. I mean, there's some particles that may... Yeah, like... I don't really notice much of a difference. I think the random's gonna have to be a little more pronounced. What if I do, like, 20 for each? Yeah, see, that particle burst wasn't really anything special. Alright, I see a red particle coming out. That's one So every once in a while, I'm getting like a red particle. That's still not random enough for me. Maybe what I need to do is turn this into a variable. Let's do int RNG2 equals, because right now what I believe what's happening is each time I'm invoking this, it's giving me a different number between 0 and 20, or technically I guess it'd be 0 and 19, but it could be like 1, 20, 20, so I may get some weird stuff. But if I have it as a variable, it's gonna roll it once and then use that to keep everything in line. So what if I do this? Let's bump this up to 50 and see what kind of stuff will happen. I probably need to... yeah, I'll just cast another one. Yeah. I knew that was gonna die. Alright, so now we're getting some reds. Getting a lot more reds. You know, getting only red would maybe make sense. Because if I have it at 50, right, that would have to be 200 to get the full range of the color. Then this would probably be... let's do like 165. Let's see what kind of colors we're getting now. It's still all just like purple. A new Vintage Story player just asked me if there is a mod that adds carbon monoxide poisoning from indoor fireplaces without a hole or chimney. Maybe? I mean, it kind of sounds familiar. Wasn't there like a gas? But you may want to check the mod database site. Look for any like keyword of gas. I think maybe there was something. But if there isn't, I mean, they can get into modding and make it. How passionate, how badly does that individual want that kind of mod? Yeah, I'm not seeing much of a difference in the colors. Right, so we got that, and that is output 2. RNG2. This is weird. Maybe the random's not gonna work like I think it's going to. Maybe I should just double down on the amount of particles. Or statically set a second... what if I do this? What if I do this? Because I don't want red particles. I would be okay with having darker particles mixed with light particles, lighter ones. And I do kind of have that now. Some of these are indeed lighter. Interesting. Let's see what we get if I'm a little more extreme with it. Let's make it like 100. Let's see what we get. I think I'm getting deep purple, some pinks. You know, I guess that's okay. You know, I'm getting a couple of these. Like, look at that. Those are very light. I'm just not happy with it. I'm not happy with it. You know what? For now, I'll come back to it. I don't want to get caught up on the, you know, the minor stuff. We'll keep it white for now. I got plenty of other weapons to bring into the game. Alright, so the white, it's not bad. They'll be okay. They'll be alright. He just started playing 13 hours ago, so I don't know how passionate he is yet. Well, he can check the mod website, mod database site. You can check to see if it's not there and he wants it. Well, pull up some Visual Studio. It wouldn't be too hard, right? Make a room, scan the room to see if there's like a lit fire pit. And if there is, and you detect that you are indeed in a room without like any kind of like breach of that room, then apply AoE damage to all entities in that room on a tick. There you go. There's your mod. Burst of particles. Alright, so that is that. The Eclipse. Let's get rid of that. So that's one weapon type. I'm gonna need this. Get rid of that. I guess I could get rid of the RNG part here. We will clean up the rest of the stuff. Where it says arcane, I will get rid of that. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So let's make a profile for fire, water, wind, earth, lightning, frost, nature, and arcane. So that should cover all the bases there. Ooh. Do I want to make separate Yeah, I do. I want to make separate profiles for all of these as well. Because I may want to be a little more, get a little more fancy with some of these. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So let's pop one in for fire, water, wind, earth, lightning, frost. There is a mod, found it, nice. Nature, arcane. Alright, so now we should have particles and a shader. Now I'm gonna have to come up with colors for each one, but let's bring in the ultimate weapons one at a time. Let's summon the fire weapon. Statically change that for now. What we have to do here is file new, file open, fire. All right. Oh, I don't have this one cleaned up, huh? File, save as. Is this under? Yeah, this is under items. All right, let's clean this one up so it's going to be easier to move. Everything should be under main position. Hopefully nothing F's up in the math. That looks good. The hilt needs to be in here. All right, nothing moved. Another origin. Good. Origin. Good. Alright, so now everything should be ready. We're going to do a file save, file open. Shapes, entities, spells, summoned items. Fire. Main base is indeed where the animation is. Let's do a file import. Items, spells, summoned objects, and we'll pull up the fire sword we just tweaked right there. And move this into here. Which is perfect. We have to go back into here, right? So that's going to be 8 right there. Tilt this so it's embedded in the ground. Let's bump it up a little bit. There we go. So it like embeds in the ground. File, save. Wait, let's get rid of the hammer. There we go. Let's get rid of the second origin. File, save. Fireball it in. Let's do a reload. Man, I'm still so tired. I'm so freaking tired. I can't wait to go to sleep tonight. Hey, look at that. All right. Now when I cast this spell, we should see the fire weapon, the Inferno. Bam. Embeds quite nicely. I feel like that one's a little too tall. But that's still pretty good. Let's get a nice red color. You know what? Let's go with like a darker red. Choose. 15300. Fire. 153. You know what? That may be a little too red. Or too dark, I should say, because the shader needs to be bright. Oh, that's pretty good, actually. That was pretty good. Let me see what a modest 150 would look like. Let me see. So it's kind of vivid red right now. I hate it darker. I think it looks better being brighter. That's what I think. Okay, well, let me go back into here. Let's do open. Yeah, spell, summon items, arcane, open. Yeah, we're gonna embed this in the ground a little further. That way, I kind of want everything to be on par with each other. There, we'll save, file, open. All right, let's go back into items, spells, summoned items. So water's gonna be the next one. Let's just do a quick look here. Make sure everything, yes, everything is in main position. I could preemptively set main position to be like this. I should probably do that with all of them. File open. All right, let's go to arcane. Where is the main position point? Yeah, let's set the origin to all 8. File open. We're going to do this for all of these. We're going to spot check them, make sure everything's in main position. That main position's origin is directly in the center. All right, fire. That's looking good. That way, so the way I'm going to work with this is if I ever want to make a change, I'll change the item first and then import that into the block, you know, the animation that I'm using as the renderer here. Save, file, open, frost. I think most things should be under main position. There we go. 8. File, save. File, open. So that was frost, lightning, the hammer. Yep, so everything is in main position. Oh, look at that. That's all 8.8.8. That's 0.0.0. Oh my god, 8.8.8. I'm friggin' Google's IP. Jesus Christ. There we go. 8.8.8.8, man. Alright, nature. Ah, this one, it's not all under main position. I got some origins here as well. Origin 4. Ooh, this one's messy. This one is absolutely messy. Main position 2, main position 3. I can preserve those origins. Because each one of these origins is a sub-blade. Alright, so that should be good. Oh, look at what that just did though. Ooh. Eek Murma Durkle. I'm gonna make this 0. We're gonna create something new. 0, 0, 0, 8, 0.5, 8. This one is going to be called underscore main position. And this is going to be the default main position everything falls into. There we go. Now I preserved, so it works the same. I'll clean this up a little later. What I'm going to have to do now is save. We're going to manually open this. So ultimate weapon, nature, items, spells, ultimate weapon, nature. I want anything that is pound null. And we got to turn it into pound default. There should only be 6. Yep. There we go. Little manual edit there. Just want to make sure everything has a key. File, open. Alright, so that was nature. Let's double check water. That's looking good. That's looking good. File, open. And the last one is wind. Everything looks good there. Set origin right there. Done. File, save. Alright, so every item has been doctored up to be the same, and they're all ready to go. Let's go into shapes, entities. Double check something before I get too deep into this. I'll make sure everything looks okay before I go too deep. I think everything's fine. Just a spot check. God damn, it's hot in here. Equipment. Yeah, everything looks good. Everything looks good. Alright, so file. Oh no! The model creator's messing up! Oh no! Freaking piece of crap model creator. This thing is like atrociously bad. Jesus Christ, man. Ugh. Making my eye twitch. So I can't do anything with the model creator right now because it's like hung. I gotta pop up a dumb task manager. Terrible. Hate doing models. End task. Kill it. Grumpy Vice is coming out. There we go. File, open. Alright, so let's go into entities, spells, summoned items. So I have arcane. Let's do earth next. Bam. File, import. Let's go into shapes, items, spells, summoned items, earth. Minimize that. Let's bring main position into here. Now we can rotate this freely. Just like that. Let's bump it up. Kind of want it to be embedded in the ground. But not that deep. Something like that. Hey Rivian, how's it going? Are the clouds in the background supposed to be black? Yes. This is a creative world, and I have it to where the weather is always overridden with a value that makes it never rain. So yes, they are supposed to be black. All right. So that should be summoning the earth weapon. Save. Let's test the earth weapon. There's static shock. So this will be earth. E-Arth. Bam. That did not work. Oh, let's reload. Ha. Oh, like some of the textures look right. Yeah, I forgot to reload. And then we'll look at the shader. We'll give it a nice dirt colored. Why not? Nice dirt color. Looks like it wants to rain. Looks like it's wanted to rain like all day. There it is. The earthquake. So we got the eclipse, we got the inferno, we got the earthquake. Let's change that color. Where's color hex? Let's pull up that site. I want brown. Give me... That looks red. That doesn't look brown at all. Look at this. This is what it's saying brown is. Do I not know what brown is? That's not crap colored. What the heck? That's not soil. All right, I guess I gotta come up with it here. Let's start with a nice orange. Let's make it like a little darker. Choose. Okay, so let's go into the shader. For Earth, we are going to try 180, 95, and 6. I like it. I think that looks pretty good. Terracotta, maybe? Oh, is that a... Wonder... Nope. It doesn't understand terracotta typing in the name. But I think that's a good color, right? This is all just a first pass anyways. It's looking good. Looking good. Keep extending this out. All right, next weapon. File, open. Spells, summoned items. All right, so I have Fire Dawn already. Frost. Let's pull out the Frost. File, open. Nope, wait, cancel. File, import. Shapes, items, spells, summoned items, Frost. There we go. We got our nice axe right there. Move main position over. Let's pop a nice rotation on it. There we go. That way the axe is, bam, right in the ground. But you know what? Actually, let's bump it up just a little bit. Something like that. This one's going to be a little longer. Although I could reduce the size of that handle as well. Maybe I could do that. Make it more like a hand axe. Instead of having like a shaft like it's a two-handed weapon. That's what she said. All right, let's delete this. Bam. Save. Boom. Okay, so what I just do? Frost. Let's go to static shock. Frost. Oh, you got very close to terracotta, actually. Great minds think alike, Wolf. Alright, let's summon the other tool here. Boom, there it is. Let's do something with that shader. Let's just eyeball it here, kind of make it a light blue. Get info. What am I looking at? Oh man, that is really light. I may hate this color. Where's Frost? There it is. So what are we looking at? 0, 230, 255. This one may be too bright. Oh, come on, man. That nailed it. Look at that. That's the color. Perfect. Perfect. The lazy part of me wants to just move on. File open. Lightning. Open. Oh, wait. File open. Shapes, entities, spells, summoned items. I want this lightning. File, import. Shapes, items, spells, summoned items. Lightning. There we go. So that's our new hammer. And I want to bring main position to here. And we can delete that, right? I don't need that. Let's pop this like that. This one needs to be embedded in the ground a little bit. Not as much. 1, 2, 3, 4. Ooh, maybe like that. Just a subtle smash into the ground. All right, let's go. I forgot to change the damn spell. We'll just pick that one up. We'll do a reload. I didn't reload either. I'm getting ahead of myself. Vice getting uppity. We'll pull up a nice gold color. All right, now, wait, I didn't change the spell yet. I did not change the spell yet. Lightning. Okay, now it should summon the lightning weapon. That we all know what it mimics. What the hell is that? we got something wrong. We got something. Oh, there was a second origin still? Shit. That's great. Let's just check you. Bam. Okay, that's what it's supposed to be like. File, save. You know what? While I'm doing this, I do want the conjured objects to stay out for. Right now, I have them out for 1 minute. It was for testing purposes. Right here, let's make them stay out 5 minutes. I think that's what I'm gonna have. Like, they will stay in the world without you picking them up for 5 minutes, and after that point, they will disappear. That way you don't clutter up your world with like people summoning stuff and never picking it up. Ah, delicious. Man. Orange cream Coca-Cola. Unfair how good it is. Son of a bitch! It's still... Let's give this damn thing a try. So I definitely borked something. All right, let's undo like everything here. Oh, did you see that? There was actually a flip in there, an incorrect flip. Ooh, okay. So now that we are on this, let me do a quick save. We'll do another reload. This one's gonna be a little weird. We'll get it back to having a correct animation coming down. And then I will systematically pull in that other hammer back in, do another import, and then we'll try again. And that's what it's supposed to look like. Coming down. Okay, so we got that. We got that far. Let's go into here. We're going to do a file import. Items. Okay, we're already here. Lightning. Open. Alright, we're going to smash it right there. Main position can go here. We'll get rid of that origin. Alright, we will get rid of this hammer. This is what we're left with. Let's double check the keyframe. And yep, smashes right down. File, save, right? Let's do a save as, right? Because this is in entities, cancel. All right, so let's do a save. Fireball it in. Do a reload. While we are waiting, let's go under lightning and let's put in 255. 192 0. This fucking guy right here. Why is it being so weird? What is going on? I may have to remake this animation. Did you just see that? It's like you know why it's doing that. I think I may know why. Yup, there was a second main base. Hammer base, pommel. Spot check things. Okay. File, save. That's why you gotta watch out how you name things. Having duplicates is not, is no bueno. There it is. Now it falls perfectly fine. And you know what? That's a pretty darn good color. I like it. Alright, file, open. Items, spells, what do we got next? Nature. Yeah, so that's the nature right there. Let's do an open. Shapes. Entities. Spells. Summoned items. Nature. Open. Let's get rid of the animation. Let's do file. Import. Items. Spells. Summoned items. Nature. Open. Minimize this. Yep, everything is indeed under main position. Pop that in there, delete that out, delete that out. Let's go into main position. We will rotate this like that. Bam. And sticking into the ground about that far. You know what? We'll do that. It's gonna sit a little higher, but this is kind of like a spear anyways. It'd just be weird if, like, you know, the whole bottom's like, you know what I mean, like in the ground. Oh, you do it reverse and it'll look like a plant. Goes in the handle first. There we go. Alright, we'll fireball that in. Let me pick out a nice green color. Alright, let's go into the shader. This is the nature. Alright, what do we got? 77, 255, and 0. Swap this out. Let's do nature. Let's do a reload. I got a couple more minutes. I think I can finish this. I have 2 more elements to do. And then I'm gonna have to make some models for, I gotta decide how this is all gonna work out. Maybe I'll start doing some grimoire calculations. And that looks pretty damn good. if I do say so myself. Although I think it needs to be a little lower. Like 5. Just because, like, those 2 are even. That one's just a little taller. A little taller. Okay, that's more on par, I think. And the green's not that bad. It's pretty good. File open. Shapes. Entities. Spells. Summoned items. Water. Water. File import. Shapes, items, spells, summoned items. There we go. Let's move main position into here, delete the old one. Let's get rid of the old origin. Let me make sure. Yeah, everything's gonna be fine with this one. Let's change the rotation and position. This one's gonna be similar to the hammer. I'll have the scepter, like, in the ground a little bit. I may want to add on to this. I think I want to add some, like, some curls coming out of it too. Kind of make it look a little barbed. Fireball that in. Let's go into the spell. So this is gonna be water. We're gonna reload. Okay. All right, let's summon this. There we go, smashed right down, looking good. Let's add a nice blue to that shader. This one's gonna have to be like a little darker blue. Zero, 134, 255. Let's try that. There we go. Now we'll get them both on. Yeah, I think that's a good blue color to go in contrast with that. I think that looks good. Good job, Vice. All right, the last weapon. Wind. Whoop. Shapes, entities, spell, summoned item, wind, open, file, import, shapes, items, spells, summoned items, wind, open. There we go. Okay, that looks pretty good. I will minimize that. We will minimize this. I will move this into here. Delete that old origin. Do rotation. Goes right in there like a dagger. Save. We will do a reload. While it reloads, I will hop into Static Shock. We will summon the wind weapon. And a cool part about this stuff too is like if I look at it from the side, it follows like your orientation. I don't like that. Let's, you know what? I mean, what about straight white for the wind? Straight white. Oops. That was not good. There we go. Beautiful. Beautiful. All right, and that's the wind weapon. Oh, you know what we got to do, though? File, open. Lightning, open. This right here, let's put a 1 right there. That's what screwed us up before because that was considered a duplicate. So if I ever have to import this hammer again, I won't have to fix that animation. It will just work correctly. So that's a big part of this, right? Getting the visuals down for everything. I think the next thing to do is I'll take this offline. I will pop open my spreadsheet with all the Grimoire spells. I'm going to reclassify all the Grimoire spells and add in the extra school modifier. And, you know, kind of make sure everything's as evenly distributed as I can have it. Put in all of the new Grimoire spells, because some of these, like the ultimate weapons here, you are not going to be able to, like, summon these unless you have, like, the tier 3 Grimoire, right? You're a tier 3 mage. So, you know, it doesn't make sense to have, you know, like a tier 1 and 2 version of this. But, like, Summon Knife, you know, you'll probably have different versions. One sec. All right, I got like 5 more minutes. 5 more minutes. Boom. Looking good. All right, what was I talking about? What was I talking about doing? I don't even remember anymore. I could clean some of this stuff up, right? Like, these are the old things. Let's prune those out. I'm gonna keep this in so I can keep playing with the RNG a little bit. Oh yeah, I gotta separate the spells out next. Let me do something. Let me do something just as a quick thing. E-spell name. No, e-spell school. This is what I'm going to want to look into. Because like the light, neutral, dark, isn't there? Ooh, how do I do this? Find all references, right? I think that's how to do it. Jesus Christ. Oh no. No! Why? Okay. Oh, let me think about this here. So obviously the user, the GUI is going to have something for the spell school. I could easily see what I'm gonna have to do is I have to go into the spell and I have to create a new thing called essence type, change this over to the essence type, and also add the school for either invocation, conjuration, enchantment, or alteration. I need to come up with a new name for, like, instead of enchantment, like divination, something like that. I'll need an Asian. All right, so we got that. We got the Spell Forge. The hell do I have the Spell Forge in here for? Input. So what am I doing here? What is this? We're doing research. And I'm looking to see if the inventory item stack path, so if it equals light, neutral, or dark. So what am I doing with this? Oh, attempt to discover spell. It's just taking in the string. Okay. And then from here, okay, that's not a big deal. This may actually not be as big of a lift as I originally thought. Item grimoire is going to be really easy. Basic wand. Conjure item, I can get rid of that altogether because I'm not using conjure item. Spell base. All right. So in here, we're gonna go into I spell. I'm just gonna create the new thing right now. So we have acquired, we have element, we have school, and then we're gonna have essence type is going to be the new thing. And then if we go into keep editing. So if now if we go into here, I need to implement this. Essence type. And then I can say this dot essence type equals. We need to make a new enum. So I'm going to do a copy paste. So it's going to be e-spell essence type. We are going to change it here. For the essence type, light, neutral, dark, that's going to be the same. We're going to save everything. That means I can now go into school. We can get rid of light, neutral, dark. I can bring back these. Just like that. Enchantment may change though. That may become like divination. Maybe, I mean, does it make sense? Abjuration? Would it be abjuration, right? Let me do a quick little looky here. All right, what is abjuration in magic? Lay it on me. It's a fascinating school. I don't need you to Shakespeare me, AI. Just give me the deets. Focuses on spells and techniques that ward off, protect, or nullify harmful effects. It is definitely not abjuration. What is divination? Seeing the future, uncovering hidden information, communication. I need a name for spells that enchant thing. With keeping a theme of other schools like invocation, conjuration, alteration, with the Asian at the end. Ensorceration, Infusionation, Imbuation, Spellation, Charmination. What the fuck? Hey, let's do a little spelleration, huh? Yep, it's perfect. Maybe it's just gonna be enchantment. My OCD hates it. What is the difference between invocation and evocation? Kind of wondering that. If I'm doing something wrong, invoke, summoning forth. Evocations about channeling or summoning raw magical energy, often to create intangible effects such as fire, lightning. So maybe instead of invocation, maybe it should be evocation. Oh, I see why I did invocation. Because enchantment, I didn't want two things that start with an E. OCD is hard, man. OCD is like super hard. All right, you know what? For now, we're gonna save that right there. Watch what I just did to the mod. Build errors. 314. And with that, we are going to find someone to raid. Because I'm gonna have to go back through this. A lot of those errors are actually gonna be easy. It's gonna be like right in here. What I'm gonna have to do is say, yup, this is Aeroblast. The school, well, there's gonna be the new essence type, which is going to be spell essence type dark. And then the school, right? Because this is an attack spell, this would be invocation. So I'm gonna have to reclassify all of the spells in the mod to use this new standard, plus the onesie and twosie where I'm displaying a spell stat for whatever. It's just busy work. That's all it is. Honestly, this will be done tonight. And then I can start looking into what kind of grimoires I can create. Like summon bag, right? Like maybe that's more of a tier 2 summonable thing and not really a tier 1. Maybe tier 1, I want you to have maybe like 4 or 5 maybe summon objects. And then tier 2, obviously, you know, expand that to maybe 10 or so. And then, you know, tier 3 mage, you'll have like 30, you know what I mean? Like, you'll be able to summon a lot of things. But it all takes magic, right? Who is streaming? Better yet, who is streaming and playing this? Vantage Story. Anyone I'm following? Oh, we got Mischief. Maybe you know what? We're gonna raid Mischief. He's used to me action rolling out of a raid. Mischief of Mice. All right, everyone. Thank you so much for watching. It's been pretty good. We got quite a bit done. Kind of made like a polymorphic system of a basic summoned item to summoned item entity to renderer attached to that entity. And we can pick what the object is and then manifest that into the world based on, you know, just adding things to a list, right? It's gonna be equivalent to adding a model, texture mapping, and adding it to the global list. Pop in some localization, of course, and then I can dynamically add more summoned objects. It's pretty cool. Pretty cool. All right, everyone. Thank you so much for watching. Have a wonderful day. I'll talk to y'all later. Bye. Adios. See you later. Bye.